All right. So I was talking to one of my guys today, and I've been working with him for about a month and a half now. Yeah, a month and a half. His robot game is on fire. His physical game is he's been working on that, and he can close the distance, chat girls up, get flirty, kind of a little sensual. He's doing his job correctly, and the girls are into him. I'm like, great, bro. The girls are into you. Why aren't you getting laid? Why isn't this going anywhere? What is the big difference here? And what's really ending up happening is that he's basically he's got the skill set that I've helped him craft, that I'm telling him what to do and he's executing it, but he's got no self-initiative. There's nothing in his head making him be like, hey, what's the next step? What's the greater vision? What can I be doing for myself to make this happen? And you guys have to understand that the things you truly want in life, no one will be holding your hand and wiping your ass. Mommy's not going to come through and make sure that it works out okay for you. That is not how life works, okay? The reason why I've accomplished the things I've done or gotten the things I have gotten done is because I had a lot of drive, and I didn't give a shit if it was hard. I was just going to figure out the scenario, okay? I didn't learn game from reading books. I didn't get good at coaching from reading books. I got it from going out and doing it and having the greater vision of what it is I wanted to accomplish, and I set out to get it, okay? So I'm like, okay, what are your goals right now? There are certain things he's doing, and he's applying himself in certain ways. But for none of them, he didn't have any greater vision. So he's like, well, I'm getting my real estate license this year, and I'm thinking I'm going to sell to the community. I'm like, great. So, and I started asking him questions about certain aspects of this, and I'm a layperson. I don't know real estate. I started asking him questions, and he doesn't know the answer. I'm like, look, 4 months ago, I'm like, I have to buy a new car. I have to buy a new car. I've got clients coming to town. It's my old military vehicle. It's not working out. I need to do something else. So I applied myself, and I started doing research and talking to people and asking questions. And now, 3.5 months later, I know everything about it. I have a seasoned perspective on the types of BMWs and Mercedes I'm looking at getting. I know I can walk up to a guy selling a BMW right now and fucking talk him down in his price because I know the things about it I need to. Okay, same thing with game. Okay, he's flirting with these girls, he's chatting them up, but he's not doing anything with it. He's like, okay, I was told to do this, I'm doing it really good. Yay, yo, pull them. Make them leave the club with you and go somewhere else. It's easy. You just have to apply yourself. Okay? Always be closing. It's not about the perfect attempt at a pull from the get-go, the perfect time and opportunity, the perfect idea. That's not how it is. Always be closing. Throw the bait out there. See how they respond. Gauge from that, and then move forward. It's all about throwing 3 or 4 different ideas out there and seeing which one sticks. Okay? Everything in life comes from your initiative. Okay, I did not pick this stuff up because I read it in some book. I got it because I was out there doing it, trying it. Okay, this is what I want. This is in my way. I got to figure out a way around it. Okay, and interestingly enough, and I see this all the time, maybe a lot of people watching aren't aware of this dynamic or just, whatever. He's a suburban white kid. Okay, his family just does things for him. And it's like, dude, you need to become independent, okay? You're not going to get shit spoon-fed to you all your fucking life. The things that you truly want, the things in life that truly matter, you will have to go out and get them and figure them out for yourself. Because that's what creates the seasoning. That's what creates the matured perspective, okay? In the end, I'm like, I don't care. I know I have to figure this out. One of my buddies is a alumni of the Montessori training program. This dude puts me to shame. This dude is worth well over $100 million. One of my best friends, I've known him for fucking years, and I just watch this guy take off. I'm like, God damn. And anything this guy applies himself to, he doesn't have he doesn't have any background in mechanics. But dude, when I let him borrow a car of mine a few years back, and he's like, oh, the radiator is trash. I'm gonna go replace it. I'm like, okay, well, let me know, the quote. He's like, I'll just do it myself. Dude, he installed a radiator on the car himself. He just figured it out, looked it up, and just did it. That was amazing. Okay. Now I know some people watching this are like, oh, I'm mechanically inclined. I can do that. Great, but how are you applying yourself in forward ways in other areas of your life. Okay? When I was growing up, I did amazing in high school. I graduated with over a 4.0. I had 8 AP tests, passed them all, went into college, the 14th best in the world as a sophomore. Okay? Even after I got in there, I'm like, I think I still like one of the smartest people around. I don't even really, I just went to study groups, sucked in all the knowledge, and then fucking, I would ace midterms and such. Okay? I had friends that were doing other weird things that I thought was weird at the time. They were selling cars on the weekend. One guy worked for a software company, was trying to develop his own little, software thing and hardware on the side. And I was like laughing at these guys. And I was the one being the idiot. Because years later, when I was getting out of the military, I was like, wow, now that nobody's not telling me what to do, I don't know what to do. And I got out in 2008 and I fell on my ass financially because I didn't know how to apply myself for myself. I was great at being in the system. Plug me in, show me some goals, I will fucking, like a dog on a scent, I will go after it. But as an entrepreneur and a hustler, a guy that's financially independent, I didn't have it. I had to recognize that I didn't have it and I had to build it into myself. And it took me a few years, but I got it. Anyway, I want you guys to understand that you can have all the skills in the world, but you have to be the one striving to get to that next step. Are you talking to a girl? Good, what's the next step? Your end goal is sexual, physical intimacy with this woman. Make that happen. Your end goal is financial independence, okay? What is your idea for that? Great. How do you have to research that? Okay, I was talking to a guy and he wanted to get into online marketing. I'm okay, cool. What's your business idea? And he gave it to me. Okay, great. Where's your website? What are you going to start selling? What's your research? And so we start flushing this whole idea together, and he now knows how to apply himself. Okay? So in whatever it is you're doing, crystallize, solidify the vision of the end goal, and then start making that happen. And it's interesting because this might seem a little bit oversimplified, but it's not. It's the nuts and the bolts. I'm working with guys where their verbal game is on fire. They're chatting girls up. They're making these girls very emotionally involved and invested. And then it doesn't go anywhere. It's like, bitch, make it happen. What is the next step? Go for it. All right. Rant over. Hit me up if you have any questions. Manwhore@manwhore.org. Talk soon.